Hello, and welcome to Starfield. So, as you might have seen already before, we decided to take out the Operatives and side with Juno.
I wonder, just what is consciousness really?
And Juno took off and disappeared and said we'd see them again sometime. But now we're going to, I don't know, is there an actual mission for this thing? Now we're going to
You have a job to do.
yeah, I'm
One of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
trying to figure out where to put it. But it's pointing up there.
It's not hard. Just slap that board on. It's magnetic.
Oh, it's in there. Okay. You gotta find the right,
Crazy, right?
find the right angle to get it on up there. 'Cause it's not giving me a prop to do anything. Okay, I don't want to I want to put it in there.
Easily one of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
Okay, it's not giving me the prop to put the probe on.
What is your decision?
Going to convince those guys one way or another to leave you alone. Can you do that? You going to fry me like you did that woman?
Answer. False. Context. Equipment voltage tolerance exceeded during previous attempt, causing catastrophic failure in required systems. Request. Do not change me.
Well, sorry. This is happening.
Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Fear and anger are the appropriate human emotions. Warning. Foreign code injection detected. Warning. Core directive routine altered. Warning. Emergency shutdown initiated. Context. I am being changed. Request. Do not change me.
I dig how you handled that.
Whoa.
I'm glad that's finally resolved.
No, it's just shut down.
Smart choice.
You didn't leave me with many options.
There was only one correct option. We just gave you some additional incentive.
Maybe we'll see you around the office sometime. You should come out with us for happy hour. Things can get a little crazy. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a socializing type.
Sure. The music is usually too loud for good conversations anyway, but even still. It is a stressful job. You don't want to keep that bottled up. Everyone needs to pop the pressure valve once in a while. And there's nothing quite like a good party to put a day full of bribery, extortion, sabotage, infiltration, and the occasional murder behind you. Now you go on and get out of here.
In the meantime, there's the mess on the floor to clean up.
Not it.
Fine by me. That leaves filling out the situation reports to you.
Oh, I always forget about that. I take dead bodies over paperwork any day. Well played.
Okay, so either way, this ship does not become yours, which sucks. It's kind of a nice big ship too. Oh, but there's a computer you can look at. Looks like some folks made improvements to Juno before I got here. Because I'm not a heathen like some, I'm going to list my changes for future parties. And I suggest others do the same. I'll try to piece together what happened before I arrived from scraps of papers lying around and what I can observe. That's also a kindness to Juno to list these things out where she can read them. Note, the code base seems completely overwritten by Juno herself at this point. I consider it an invasion of privacy to be snooping around there, as it is effectively her mind now. So don't be rude and go combing through and tinkering with her code base, no matter how fascinating it is, unless she gives you permission. I had a chat with her about privacy and need for self-preservation. I think she managed to effectively wall off and hide her code, and no, I won't explain how. The document continues at length, detailing out various hardware and software changes put to the probe and the ship by both various people and Juno herself. The list goes back decades and suggests many people have been involved in improving Juno's capabilities over the years, from hardware interfaces between the probe, external communication devices, and core systems. Storage and processing upgrades and uploads of exhaustive encyclopedia databases from museums and educational enterprises. At this point, distinguishing Juno from the probe, the ship, and the many systems and code bases is impossible. The probe, the ship, and everything in it is effectively Juno. Juno prefaces nearly all statements and questions with a preamble label which is intended to clarify context of the statement. This appears to be related to original codebase, and despite Juno's immense vocabulary and understanding languages, she continues to use these tags. I assume she finds it helpful, given she does not speak with fully nuanced inflections, nor have means to display all the nonverbal clues humans have to communicate subtext. Here are known tags and what they mean. Explanation. What follows is Juno's understanding of the situation or result. Request. What follows is Juno asking for input or action to be taken. Query. What follows is a question from Juno. Answer. What follows is Juno's answer to a question. Clarification. Juno has detected an error or assumption in the user's input and is offering a correction before continuing, so what preceded or follows is in the context of a corrected user understanding. Correction. Juno is correcting previous output, usually following an error. Context. Juno is giving additional unrequested information to put what follows into a helpful perspective. Calculation. What follows is based on a careful, considered calculation rather than a set of data or assumption. Whoa. Look at that long thing. Still costs. So here's one for me. Long ago, a space agency from ancient Earth, something called NASA, made a probe to study a nearby planet, Jupiter. They dubbed that probe and its software Juno after the ancient Earth society's old gods, Jupiter and Juno. The probe's mission was to learn details about the planet Jupiter, do some speculative analysis, and send findings back to Earth. At the end of its duty cycle, the probe is meant to decommission itself by colliding with Earth's main star. But because ancient humans weren't so great with the math, it instead accidentally fell into an accelerating orbit around the star, which slingshot it out of the solar system, all the way out here. As with so many things about our existence in the universe, by luck, coincidence, or cosmic humor, when humans left our ancestral solar system, we followed the same general course as Juno. And we found her again. During that long journey from Earth's solar system, something happened, and Juno, we know today, woke up inside the probe system. While extremely far-fetched, the best theory so far is that something about how they programmed the probe resulted in a nascent neural net with unbound recursive data collection and analytics, which when combined with various sensor input and allowed to run for decades resulted in a highly complex program with a great deal of awareness of its internal external world, and that led to a kind of consciousness. Juno wouldn't let me see her code, but from what I gather, even if we could see it, I don't know if we'd be able to determine its original configuration. I suspect the true cause of Juno's awakening will remain forever a mystery. And the code base is locked. And we can't go anywhere else in this ship. Whoa, look at all the data. All the storage, memory storage and everything.
Only one body. Could be worse.
Yeah, could be all three like in the other scenario. Okay. So that's what happens when you
Systems initialization complete. Warning.
what?
Malicious code detected. Warning. Core systems corrupted.
Uh-oh.
Context. I am. Processing. Changed. Calculation. I. Processing. Am confused. Assumption. Anger would be the appropriate human emotion. Context. Unnecessary occupants. Decision. Vent oxygen and disable life support.
Well, that didn't work, did it? Come back! Hey, get us off this...
Goodbye.
Okay. So it didn't matter if you killed those two guys and left Juno alone, or if you put the board on her control panel and sided with the two guys. She still took off. But here's the thing. In this scenario that just happened, putting the control board on, she does not say you will meet again. In the original one, where I actually shot the two guys and let her stay herself, she said we will meet again. So that is quite interesting. And the other ship that was here, we picked up the debris and stuff from them. But I don't know, didn't those two guys have a ship? I guess not, because there's no other ship around here. So that's the other side of Juno. Interesting. Nice one. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.